All right, how everybody doing today? So I wanted to talk about the NFC division cycle or rotation, if you want to say. So I kind of been digging into it or just looking. Really, that's what I've been doing. No, I haven't posted in a while. I really just been digging and looking through stuff, especially the NFC side. So a loose four division NFC rotation pattern actually shows up more often than people realize, right? Same order keeps reappearing. The NFC Super Bowls, well, the NFC in Super Bowls, the most common rhythm tends to look like this: NFC East, West, South, North. Think of it as a wheel turning through divisions, right? Kind of like this, or a wheel just constantly turning, or going through divisions, or rotating through. It's kind of like a rhythm. Got East, West, and then South, and then North. That's what it's kind of like looking like. Same order keeps reappearing, and I think some people said I think it's on one of my other videos. It says like almost like as history is repeating itself as like a common rhythm that keeps appearing in the NFC. So I'm gonna show you an example. So example cycle, one of the clearer stretches, late '90s to the 2000s. Cowboys, Packers, Falcons, Rams. East, North, North, South, West. Stayed in the north for 2 years and then went south and then went west. So the wheel sat still and then it kept moving. Sits for a while and then rotates again. So it kind of like sits for a while and then rotates again. This is kind of like the early example of a cycle earlier or one of the clearer stretches. It sits and then it rotates for a while. Keep going. So this is the current uh recent NFC division sequence. This is the current one. 2016, it goes south, south, east, west, west, south, west, east, and then west again. Do you notice a pattern here? And like, okay, do you notice something? Like the NFC West is appearing very frequently in this era. Very frequently. If you noticed, you could just start at 2019 right there. West, west, south, west, east, west, south, east. East, west. So it's been mostly just dominated, heavy, dominant West. Heavy. Also in this stretch, in this whole stretch, the South and the West and the East have made appearances. Notice that the NFC North is completely absent. You notice that, right? The entire NFC North is completely absent. There's been no appearances in Super Bowls for the NFC North. The last time the NFC North team appeared in the Super Bowl was 2011, and it's been a while. So this keeps spinning. The wheel keeps turning. Sometimes it may skip over a division and hop to another one. Wheel keeps turning. So what the recent sequence roughly looks like: west, south, west, east, west. Notice two things. The NFC West has appeared a lot in the last decade. That's true. The last decade has been heavy, dominant West from the NFC West. The NFC The second thing you should notice: the NFC North barely appears in this stretch. That's true. That creates division imbalance in the rotation. It does. Division imbalance within this rotation. It's been heavy, dominant West. Very dominant West. Been heavy West. The Bucks are the only NFC South team that made an appearance within this stretch. The wheel keeps turning. They're the only team that made an appearance within this stretch from the South. and then it's been West, East, and then West again. So, what cycles usually do after this? When one division dominates West here, the West, the NFC West, the pattern often shifts towards a division that hasn't appeared in recently, which means the next likely NFC candidates from the NFC South or the North. And that's true. It's definitely been a while since they've been to a team in the North. Like the last time an NFC North team made a Super Bowl was 2011. That was with the Packers, of course. But that was the last time, and it's been so long. It's been 5 years for the South, which is kind of like perfect because it fits with that timeline for the South, and it makes a lot of sense. So this is what I'm thinking, right? I think the South go first, and then the North follow right behind them because it's been too long since they've been to the North. The North has been neglected for a while now, and I feel like the North is overdue to make a Super Bowl appearance. One of these teams here is definitely overdue to make an appearance at some point. But I feel like South go first, and then North right behind the South. Just make a lot of sense, and then I think they go back probably East or West afterwards. But that's what I'm thinking. This video is very short, but this is what I wanted to post and really like talk about. But this is the end of the video. Y'all have a nice day. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments though about this. This was just interesting that I found out. I was kind of just going through and looking at all the NFC Super Bowls and patterns. Really, if you kind of like really pay attention to like the win loss patterns too. How it's loss, loss, win, loss, loss, win, win, loss, loss, win, win. So is the next one a loss? That's possibly the next NFC team to go to the Super Bowl is probably gonna end up being a loss. Possibly. Or it could be a win, but I think it'll be a loss. Normally when there's two wins, there's a loss follows afterwards. So that's what I'm guessing. But this is the end of the video. Y'all have a nice day.